Hi, it's Atmosphere, and today I am bringing you guys a brand new series, something that I am so excited to start putting out, and that is the How to Roleplay series. Whoa, crazy, I know. This is actually a collaborative series that I am doing with Mandy Miss and Lily Gumdrop. Lily Gumdrop was actually the one who gave me the idea of doing this series, and I thought it was just such a great idea because I get so many questions of roleplay related topics all the time. So I figure that I would make a whole series with a bunch of videos that cover every single topic and every single thing there is to know about making role plays. So the topics that we are going to cover in the course of these couple of videos that are going to come out in the next couple of days are how to write a role play story, the different role play types, the preparation that is needed before you can start recording your role play, any teams that you plan on putting together or like friends that you want to help construct your role play, how to record, edit, create thumbnails, upload. Every single thing will be covered. We've split them up evenly into little sections to not put too much information into one video. So once again, everything will be in a playlist, so make sure you are subscribed to both myself and Mandy Miss and Lily Gumdrop so you can keep up with all of the videos that are going to come out. If you get confused, don't worry. Like I said, there's a playlist. So the first place you should start when you want to make a Minecraft roleplay is to have the story. So Mandy actually already covered that in her video yesterday, so make sure you go ahead and watch that. The link to that will be in the description. So once you have your story in place, once you know what exactly your roleplay is going to be about, you have to start thinking of what roleplay type you want it to be. There are two main types when it comes to Minecraft roleplays. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about cinematic roleplays and a mixture of cinematic and first-person roleplays. Mandy is going to be talking about first-person roleplays and improv roleplays. So let's start talking about cinematic. What is a cinematic roleplay? So, if you've ever watched Quinn's Lie, that is a cinematic roleplay. It is a roleplay where things look like this. You know, there is no hand there is no Minecraft hotbar that you can see. There is just a camera view with some black bars at the top and at the bottom, which you can actually add when you're editing, but we will get into that when we cover the editing portion of this series. Cinematic roleplays, they take a little more time and effort, but if you do it right, they will always come out great. I can promise you that. If you do decide to do cinematic roleplays, your script will need to be as detailed as possible. So I'll show you exactly what I mean. I'm using the Quinn's Lie episode 1 script as an example. Over here, I have the characters in this episode just so the voice actors can know who and who isn't going to be voicing in this episode. As we come down here, what I'm talking about when I say detail, I'm saying the movement, the transitions, any action that your character is going to be doing, you need to make sure to add it onto your script so that you don't get confused while you're doing your recording session, and so the voice actors can kind of get a feel for the scene and can kind of understand what's happening in the scene so that they can kind of voice act accordingly. In this case, in scene 2, Kalia and Asher, they both walk into Starblocks and then they stop and they stand right next to their table. So these little details are very important to add for when we start recording the role plays. The next thing I want to touch on is adding a setting to the start of your scene. So as you can see, when I start up all of my scenes here, I have episode 1, scene 1, where, time of day, and the characters that are involved, because once again, this will help me later on when I start to record. So for scene 1, they start at the school, but a majority of scene 1 actually happens in Starblocks. So I just like to write where they start because it helps me when I look over and I could see, okay, where are we going to record scene 1? Oh yeah, we're going to start at the school. And then I could read later on and see that they're going to be at Starblocks. So it's, even if they do change the setting during a scene, it's a lot easier to say where they start off rather than where they end up, so you don't make it confusing for yourself. So setting up your scenes like that on the script is just very important for yourself, because you will know exactly who is involved in that scene, where you're going to shoot, and what the outside will look like, if it's day or nighttime. And it'll also give your voice actors a really good idea of what the mood of the scene is going to be, which also gets me into my next point. While writing the script of your cinematic roleplay, it'll help you and your voice actors if you write the mood or the tone of voice before you write the line that they're supposed to say. So if you want to hear a certain tone of voice that isn't completely obvious to the voice actor, make it obvious for them. Let them know, I want you to sound like this when you're saying this line, and it'll help them a lot, trust me. And it also makes a big difference when when you put it all together, because then it'll sound like, wow, that is some real good acting. Alright, so now that we've covered cinematic role plays, I'm pretty sure you all have a pretty good idea of what they look like and how your script should look if you are making cinematic role plays. But you might also think, wow, like that's a lot of work. That is too much for me. You might be feeling overwhelmed, or you might just not want to dedicate all of that time to work on a cinematic role play, which is completely fine, because you could do a mix of the two. A mix of a first-person roleplay and a mix of a cinematic roleplay. A mixture roleplay, it offers that creativity while also giving more freedom. It also saves some time and a little bit of effort, but please remember, everything requires time and effort. If you want things to be done correctly, you will have to put all of that effort in. So let's say you want to make a mixture roleplay. You can make the intro cinematic and have the rest of the roleplay a first person, because the intro is where you can set up the mood of the episode. You can feature opening shots of the setting, add a certain music, and really set the mood for the rest of the episode. So you can set it up to make it just look however you want with cinematic shots, and then you can transition to get right into the dialogue with your first person roleplay. So having the intro being cinematic, it just cuts out a lot of the boring fluff. You don't have to establish where you are, who you are, and all of that. The cinematics already kind of do that for you. Half and half roleplays are also very beneficial for just showing what happens without the main character knowing exactly what happened. So it shows like the behind the scenes scene, if that makes any sense. So let me bring out an example. If there is person A, and person A believes that person B is talking behind their back, during a cinematic portion of the episode, you can show person B talking behind person's A back without person A actually knowing, but the audience will know that. So it kind of gives it some mystery to the roleplay. It kind of leaves the audience like, ooh, I'm gonna like sit back and watch this tea being spilt, you know? It gives the roleplay a little bit of spice, because being able to see everything through one person's eyes actually kind of cuts out a lot of a story. So having some cinematic shots here and there can get some closure, you know, can get some secrets or some added on story that the main character may not be aware of or know, you know? Alright guys, well that's basically it for this part of the series. I really hope my advice and opinions kind of helped you guys and showing what my script looks like. I hope that really can help anybody who is having trouble writing a cinematic roleplay script. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed watching, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, as it will help me out a lot. I will be updating the How to Roleplay series playlist daily, so make sure to check back tomorrow to see Mandy's new video. But thank you guys so much for watching. The next topic that I will be covering is preparation, and there are so many subtopics under that one. That one's going to be a fun one. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye!